We acknowledge that everyone has their own unique journey and circumstances, and what may have worked for us may not necessarily apply to others.
Good evening, everyone. So it's Eritier introducing the show today. So we will be talking about very important stuff. And actually, I did not prepare for the introduction, so Ruben is gonna continue with the introduction.
No, I still think you did well, bro.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought I kind of forgot what I had to say, and then boom. Maybe you
Nah,
should
we're
continue.
good. We're good. Hi,
Yeah.
everyone, and welcome back to today's live talk show. My name is Ruben, and here we have Luto. Hi, Luto. How are you?
Hey Ruben, I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Why are you blushing? Luto, relax.
I'm not blushing, I'm just like this. I have a natural glow about me.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, so as Eriti has spoken, today we'll be talking about university applications. So we'll basically be diving into the requirements for applying for university. How do you go about applying for university and stuff like that. And before we go on, I would like to introduce our panel on my left-hand side, but I'm used to that. You see, I'm used to saying we'll introduce our panel.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I'm used to it. But today it's just the three of us, as you can see, which is good. Less is more.
Yeah, cozy. It's quality over quantity.
Danko. And
Oh,
the
ooh.
quality in this man,
No,
Honestly.
it's
10 out of 10, 100.
quality man.
just
Ladies.
God's grace, guys. I'm telling you.
Danko. Oh, Pastor HBK.
Hey.
I'm joking. All right, so I want to find out from you guys, when do you start applying for university?
So, if I remember correctly, is that you apply in your matric year using your grade 11 final results. So you apply, but obviously then before they close, other faculties close earlier than normal. But if you go to a school where you do write pre-prelims, then you can use your pre-prelims, those results to apply for university. But when I was in school, I used my grade 11 results to apply with.
And remember, it's also a bit different for international student. Like my experience was a bit different. When I actually finished, when I got my matric, and then I started my application to come to South Africa and everything. So actually, I applied to the university 1 year after I got my matric. So yeah, it depends on whether you're an international student or you're a local student.
Wait, you said you applied 1 year after getting your matric.
Yes, that's because I had to do first my English, remember?
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah. So while I was learning English, I started my application at the university.
So what did you apply with? Did you apply with your matric certificate or?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I had. You remember, I'm French, right? So it was in French. I had to translate it, and then I did use my matric certificate. Yeah.
Okay.
So what? Oh, you go ahead.
So I think in other instances it is a little different because other people maybe they'll finish school, so they'll matriculate,
Yeah.
and then after matriculating, so you can also use your final matric results to apply. So then you're applying for the following year,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. So if you're
It does.
so if you finished matric, I guess last year, you apply this year using the matric results, so you can go to school next year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that why people apply with the grade 11 results?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that they don't. Okay, depends. Some people want to take a gap year and stuff, right? But then if you want to go from high school straight to university, without wasting any time, then you'll have to use your grade 11
okay.
results.
So if someone takes a 10 gap year, for 10 gap years.
I don't know if that counts as a gap year. That's
gap
taking
decade.
that's taking a break from school.
Yeah,
That's
like it's a decade, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's actually an interesting topic. If anyone at home has gone through that, where you didn't matriculate, and then like a year or two later you went to school, you actually took time to go back to university, maybe 10 years. Please let us know in the comments, because I didn't experience that, so I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
know.
And if there is someone who has actually done that before, just explain what was the experience and how did it work, because we don't have such experience here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason we thought of this topic is because, hey guys, applying for university is a stress. Yes, it's a film.
Oh.
It's a movie.
Yeah, nah.
If you don't know your ID number, best believe you're going to know your ID number.
You won't even rehearsal. It will stay.
Yeah, it'll stay, and you're going to learn it for the rest of your life after that,
Yeah.
because of how many times you apply, how many times you use your ID number and stuff like that. So I have a question, because obviously you have like your ID and stuff like that. So when you were applying, what did you use? Did you use your passport?
Yeah.
What documents did you use?
Yeah, so first, before I had to come here, I had to apply first for an English school, right? Because there was no way I would go to university without knowing the language.
Yeah.
So I applied first for my visa to come to South Africa. I used my passport, of course. So I used my passport. I used my my matric result, because I got them. We matriculate in July, right? So. Yeah, so I started the application in July, applied for my visa using my matric results, my passport, birth certificate, and all those other documents that go together. And then also my invitation letter to go and to come and study English here, right? So yeah, and then when I got here, after I was done with English, that's when I used, again, my matric certificate, but translated this time, the one that was in English. And there is this thing called SAQA. It's something that international student needs to use. So remember, my matric comes from Congo, so it's different. So when you come here, UJ or other universities, I study at UJ, so that's what I'll be using as an example. So they do not really know or recognize your institution, the one that is international. So it has to be translated, and it has to have a something that will make them understand, okay, so this person got this kind of marks, right? So you go to SAQA. It's like a government institution that translates your academic transcript or results.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. So it's like kids who use A levels
Yes.
instead of the IEB or like the typical grading system we have here in South Africa.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Wait, the main reason you took 1 year is because you're studying English, right?
Yeah.
So what if, okay, let's say now from here in South Africa, and you want to go study in UK and USA, is the process going to be the same? Like, even if you know English, like, skip the English class?
Yeah.
Application first for the visa, and then
In fact, I have a friend. I know you guys know Gidali, right?
yeah.
So, if you know the language already, you can just apply to the university where you wanna go, and then they'll give you like an acceptance letter in case you're accepted. That's what you will use to get your visa.
Your
Because
visa,
yeah,
yes.
because for you to apply for the visa, you need to have a reason, a motive for where you're going and why you going, what you're going to do in that country, right? So yeah, so you apply directly at the university. You won't have to wait, as long as you get accepted, right? So yeah, you won't have to wait. The only thing you'll be waiting for will be for your visa to be issued. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So to help us, I think the next thing is the importance of knowing which university you want to go into.
Yeah.
So my personal advice, I didn't really do it that well. Normally we apply for big universities like our Stellenbosch, our UCTs, our UPs, and UJs. But there are also all those small other like varsities.
Yeah.
So for me, I ended up going to like a varsity instead of like a big university. So I think have options.
Wait, you went to a varsity instead of a big university. What's the difference between varsity and university?
I don't know. I think varsity is private.
Okay.
So it's private,
No.
and it's smaller.
Okay.
So it's not as big. For
Yeah.
me, I think those are the two differences.
I think those are the two main differences.
yeah.
Then,
Otherwise, we study the same material. We study, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So I think do your research. I think that's highly important. Look at colleges that are near you. Make sure they're legit. Don't go to King's Welletine University or something like that
Yes.
that we don't know, we've never heard of.
Ask.
So- Yeah, ask, do research, check if it's credited. I think that's really important. So when you are going through that and you've applied in your matric year, take time out during your holidays to do research. And I think the importance of open days. Did you go through to any open days?
No, none that I can remember. No.
No, I didn't. So I didn't go to open days, but I know people in my life went to like
No, wait.
particular open
Quick
days.
question. What are open days?
So
The
open
day
day.
where you open.
So open days is like when schools or varsities, so like in high school, if you, let's say you're going from grade 7
Yeah.
going into grade 8 to high school, then schools will have open days to like, now you can go and visit the school, see how the school is like, see what the school has to offer.
Oh.
So then it's that just for like university. So you go there,
Okay.
see the, like, let's say you knew you wanted to be, I don't know, a doctor, and then you get to UJ, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, oh my gosh, interior design actually looks dope. Actually, I don't want to deal with being a doctor
Doctor anymore.
So you have that. You are able to ask questions. You're able to do like tours of the school. So at least when you do get accepted and you do end up going there, at least
And-
you're not like completely lost.
Yeah. So if I had to do an open days, I would have had to travel from Congo and then. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I now understand why I didn't do it.
I didn't.
Wait,
Yeah.
but weren't you here?
Well, I don't know. I was not even informed about those. So I was
So wait, so you just went to school and
straight.
then you looked around and said, "Oh, this is this." So you're familiarizing yourself with the place. No one helped you, like settle in or.
Yeah, well, for the application process, I didn't do it on my own. There was someone helping me because I didn't know how things worked here. But then when I got to university, yeah, there were people at the university like they're called mentors. They were helping us, and yeah, but most of the stuff you learn on your own. You go out and see the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, university ends up being like self-taught, just like the modules itself sometimes end up being self-taught.
Yeah,
So
right.
I think the importance of open days, for me personally, I would go to an open day. For those at home, open days are near the end of the year, so start looking now. They happen maybe September, after like winter. So now springtime, that's when they tend to have open days.
Is the open day only for people who have been accepted? It's only for people who have
No,
been
no,
accepted.
no.
It's for anyone.
For anyone.
Oh, okay.
So it's open to the public. Just, I assume you have to register for them to
Yeah.
regulate numbers. And then you go check, see what facilities, check out, have any questions, see where you could possibly be studying. And I think ask as
Yeah.
many questions as possible, because that is so important. Like, he had a mentor. I also had a mentor at school. Like, so I think the importance of, if you do get grace to have a mentor, it's important because they tell you the route this degree could go into. You know how you have pamphlets and they're like, okay, with this degree, you can venture into this career, that career, this and this. So I think it's something you should know before going into it. So I studied psychology, and I remember this. I remember one of these girls I went to school with. She was like, guys, I thought I was going to be a psychologist after these 3 years. I said, no, babes, we're still at the very beginning. There's still
Yeah.
masters. So when you have that, you're still able to know how long it's going to take you. And if you don't qualify, what other routes you can take and stuff like that. So I think that is the importance of open days. Please, at home, let us know what you think.
Yeah, and you spoke about not qualifying.
Yeah.
So let's say you spoke about applying with the grade 11 results, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And let's say those results weren't good
Yes.
at all. How do you go about like fixing that, or I don't know. But okay, and also if you're taking a gap year and your matric results are not so great, how do you go about fixing that? Is there ways that you can, like, let's say I want to study medicine and I got like a 40 for maths or something. How?
Yeah, if you're getting 40 for maths and you want to go into medicine, I'd say maybe reconsider your career options, because because university maths, like, I feel like everything you learned in school, like I remember when I was learning the brain, and like that section of life science I learned throughout high school, I learned in like 2 weeks. So imagine like maths. So sometimes what happens is that maybe you can get accepted with your grade 11 results. So like you've been provincially accepted. So provincially accepted doesn't mean you've been accepted yet. They're like, listen, girl, you're almost there. Well done. Keep pushing.
Provincial.
Provincial. Yeah.
Provincially.
Provisionally.
Is it not
Yeah.
provisionally?
Oh, whatever.
No,
Oksala.
no, I'm asking.
I don't know. You're quarter to being accepted. You're not fully. You're quarter to being
Yeah.
accepted, right? So then you can use your grade 11 results, and they tell you, okay, you've been provisionally accepted, and you're like, oh, and that's great motivation to get that during matric. So you're like, oh yes, I'm almost there, right?
Yeah.
So you can get that, and then let's say you matriculate, but then your matric results flop. Then they revoke your acceptance. They're like, no, sorry, never mind, you don't qualify. So if that, then you can go get your matric results redone, subs. So you can get if you qualify for a sub. So you need to qualify for a sub, which I think is 30%, 40% and above.
So what if you get 20?
Just,
Uh,
I think you can
I just
start.
give up now.
Just
No, you can't restart, or
yeah, you're gonna have to restart. You might
Restart
have
the
to.
whole matric.
You're gonna have to maybe because the other people who do like a few, like I know some people who've done maths and like sciences in their gap year, and then they rewrote those at the end of the year. So you can do that if your parents are willing and stuff, and there's backing at home because obviously that takes time and money.
Yeah.
So there's that option. And then if you can't, let's say you do get qualified, then there are extended programs at the university depending on what you want.
Yeah.
So let's say someone wants to be a doctor, you can start off with nursing. Like yes, it's an extra 4 years to your Bible years already in school, but at least it's on the way.
It's on the way. Yeah.
So wait, what? Nursing for 4 years,
Yeah, nursing
and then
is 3 to
and
4
then
years,
you study.
and then you go into
Medicine
medicine.
from scratch also. But then at least you have
Yeah.
nurse experience. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it could be, or you could do something in sciences.
Uh-huh.
So I know, I think my aunt, she did that. She did something sciences for 2 years, and then in that 2 years, she moved into medicine. So she started year 1 of medicine in those 2 years.
Yeah.
So there are options. So also look at that. Look at backup plans if you don't fully qualify.
And in fact, most of the universities, what they when you apply, you have like 3 options. You know, like you have your first, the one that you want, and then you have backup plans. Most of the time, the first option doesn't work. Mine was the second one, but still, now I I realized that if I had to re-choose again, I was gonna go for the second option. Yeah.
Funny how
So-
life works.
Oh, that's really funny. Like, yeah.
Funny how life works. So that's what. So it's okay if you didn't qualify. If you didn't, there's always a plan. Just go back to the drawing board, research. Maybe if you want to be a doctor, it's nursing. There's different science degrees that can help you enter that route. Whatever it is, even if let's say you want to study psychology, you don't qualify for being like you can do teaching. Then you can go in if you want to be a teacher and you don't qualify. You can do psychology and then go
And
into
then go to
teaching.
Yeah. And another thing, when you ask, remember she's been saying you must ask. But don't ask anyone. Some people have just their own experience and then they don't know everything, right? So when you're asking, make sure that the information that you are receiving is legitimate and relevant. So sometimes use maybe let's say you want to go to UJ or VET, email those people, send them emails, go on the premises and ask. Don't just ask anyone. Some people will just tell you things, their own stuff, and then it's not real. Sometimes they update their information, you know. So someone who graduated in 2015 cannot give you information of 2023. So yeah, when you ask, know the people you're asking. So I would go straight to the university and then ask. So for this qualification, what happens? They'll answer. They want students, so they'll definitely tell you what you need to know.
Yes, that's true. You know, don't come and ask me about university applications at VITS. Bruh, I will tell you, you have to... Hey. Anyways, with that being said, we're going on a short break now, so make sure you stay tuned and catch us right after the break. Thank you.
You guys got the whole life before you. You don't have to live a defeated, sorrowful life. Never. Don't accept that. You're too young for misery. Too young for it. So live your life, full life. Is that okay? knowing God, fearing God, being led by God, entering your God-given destiny, you should know what not to do in the world of sex. Anyone who practices sex before marriage, you will not know your God-given partner.
And welcome back. I hope this is so informative to our future university application people. Good luck, guys, because that thing is done bust for. So, yeah. So, as we were talking about how to apply for university, is also this thing starts earlier than we think. It's not just grade 11, it's also actually grade 9, actually, maybe high school. Yeah, it's just high school. So let's say you want to be, okay, since we keep talking about doctors, you want to be a doctor, all right? So obviously you need to think of subjects you need to choose in school to be able to apply for the
Doctorship.
for
Is it
your
medicine or something?
for medicine,
medicine, yeah.
for your doctorate degree, I guess, right? So which
Yeah.
is maths, science, life science, right? And it's okay if you don't know what you want to do yet, like you have time to figure it out. But if you do, then yes, that's time to focus and know what you want. So that's the importance. So you start choosing your subjects in grade 9. Don't remember when in grade 9 because grade 9 for me was a long time ago. So you choose them in grade 9.
How long ago? Hey, okay, anyways.
You choose your subjects in grade 9. So if you want to, so whatever it is you want to be, if it's like if you want to study business, you need to choose your e-commerce subjects. If it's like health related, you need to choose your health related subjects while you're in school. But sometimes, you can wake up out there, you chose all these e-commerce subjects and then you're like, actually, I want to be a neurosurgeon, and that's okay. Then you can do extra courses after matric to help with your maths and your life science. You don't want to be, you're studying accounting and then you want to be a doctor, and now you don't know what even, you don't even know how the respiratory system works, and these are stuff you get taught in school. So you can take a quick gap here and catch up on that, and then you can apply the following year.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if you guys have add-ons to that.
I did accounting in high school, imagine.
Really?
Now I'm a developer. So, sometimes you don't know, right? Or you think you knew and then you just find something new that, okay, no, actually I want to do this. So
Yeah.
it's fine. Just, start trying. I think we had a talk show in the past where we're looking on like what you like doing and things like that. So yeah, try stuff that you want, try everything actually, and then when you find what you like, and then you'll know what to choose, and as she said, choose your subject, and then those subjects are gonna actually be linked to what you like doing, and then until you get to university.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the importance of choosing those subjects in grade 9, and when you start doing them in grade 10,
Yeah.
because initially you're ambitious as a child. You're like me, I'm going to take a life science, I'm going to take physical science, and I'm going to take maths core or maths pure as other schools core. And then you get inside, what? You can't do the quadratic formula. And you're like, what? So you see, and it's okay. Then you end up changing. I think if I remember correctly, you can't change your subjects in matric, but you can change them before matric.
Oh, wait. Oh, you can't change them while you're in matric.
No, while you're in matric.
I remember I changed my subjects at the end of grade 11.
Yes, you're not
Yeah.
in matric yet.
I passed already, so
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. There's that thing.
Oh, yes.
So if you are thinking, if maths is showing you flames, because it shows everyone flames, if the subjects you have chosen for so far are showing you flames, change this time if you're in grade 11. If you are in matric, sometimes schools do be like, okay, I know in my school, if maths core was showing you flames, you could write a maths literacy exam. So then if you didn't go to those maths lit classes, you still wrote that final exam, and then whichever one you did better in would be the one that goes onto your paper.
oh, that's crazy.
So it depends on the school you go to, and you can ask. Also, for international students, if you have moved from like Zimbabwe and then you came here, and then one of languages we have to learn is Afrikaans. But you can, if your school allows, ask though. I'm not sure. I found out very late, and when I found out, I was hurt. Is that you can ask to take an extra subject out of school. So let's say if you come from Zimbabwe, now you have to learn Afrikaans. You can ask maybe to take French or any other language just to help you.
Take French, right? Take French.
So that mark doesn't drop like your final results in the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, this whole university thing starts like early, from like grade 8, I guess.
So you must start, being serious right now. If you are in grade 8, 9, start making sure that, hey, this is what I want to do in life, because the decisions that you're making right now, they're going to affect your life later. So yeah.
My question is, how does one go about applying for stuff like Riz? Not Riz. Oh. Riz. Oh. On a, no, but they know I'm Rizban. Anyways, that's besides the point. How do you apply for like res and maybe bursaries or scholarships, stuff like that? If I'm not mistaken, I think you are. I don't know if you're working on scholarship or bursary, but how does one go about applying for that? And is it something that if your work is good, you get recognized, or can you apply for it and eventually get approved?
Well, so there are multiple of them, right? So there are those that you get, like you apply, and then there is NFSAS. I don't know how you pronounce that word, but that's only for South African citizens. So there is that one. There is a scholarship that you get, let's say, if your marks are good. Okay, for my university, we call it Eugenius. So there is Eugenius that you can get. So that depends on your grades, on how you're doing academically. And then there are some bursaries that come from companies. They just like come, and then they want student, and then they start they invest in them, kind of. They pay for your fees. So yeah, that's for bursaries. There are a lot of them. Well, we'll go in details, but then yeah, this is just to start.
Okay, so what you need when you're applying for your bursary is your ID, or I guess any ID you have, whether it's driver's, ID. It's your ID. I know it's proof of, you don't have to remind me. I know it's proof of like registration application, like,
Yeah.
Something
that just says you're a university student,
or like, that you're in the process of that. Sometimes it depends on the bursary. I don't know if it's all, but sometimes it's also you have to show how much like money comes into your household.
Yeah.
So
That's for NFSAS, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they need to know.
They need to know that. Sometimes, I don't know, I think also sometimes a motivational letter.
Yes.
Who are you motivating them to pick you?
Yes,
Yes.
it's something literally that says, "Sir, please, this is what I'm going through. You must make sure that, I need this bursary for this type of reasons." And just, you must motivate them.
Yeah.
I see.
It's like a cover letter before work. Yeah.
They start making us write those kind of letters a lot, like in a very early stages.
This is why English is that's why when you're learning how to write letters in English, it's important. Comes
Yes.
to bite you in the bum if you don't. Otherwise, you're gonna have to be googling how to write a cover letter. Let's thank God for Google. And then the last is proof of your matric results or any record of your results. So that's what you need: ID, your results, cover letter, motivational letter. Your income. And am I missing something?
Well, some other documents depends on which bursary you're applying for.
Yeah.
So you just need to read the requirements. When you find the bursary, you read the requirements, and then you follow. It's that simple. I hope.
Yeah. You can always check these things online. Please make sure that that the websites you are looking up are legit.
Yeah.
Don't be like, no, mom, dad, this is how I apply for university. But now you're applying for a bursary at some weird place that we've never heard of. So please make sure when you're doing this, guys, people can exploit. Don't allow yourself to get exploited.
That's why you must ask. Go to the university and ask. Don't just ask anyone. I keep on repeating this because there are scammers out there. So yeah. And you also talked about living at rest. Were you living at rest when you're in university, or?
No.
Oh no, me neither. So.
I wasn't. I was res. Yeah, no, each to their own for that one, hey? Each to their own.
But I know for the process at UJ when you apply for it, it's almost the same process as applying for like studying at the university. You'll find it's just like an option that you have on their website where you say okay apply for it, and then you follow through the instructions that they're gonna tell you, and then yeah from there you'll know what to do. But I don't have a lot of information about that one because I didn't live at Rice, so yeah.
So, yeah. And again, if you have more information and you have questions, or visit any university website, and they do have these sections applying for res. And then, if you can't apply for res, there are sometimes places where, like close to the university, like cottages that people
like student accommodation.
like student accommodation. So if res is out as an option, that's another option. Don't be like, I didn't find res, I can't go to school. There's student
Yeah.
accommodation outside of the varsities close by. Also make sure that's also legit. We don't want you getting kidnapped. Please.
Please.
We don't want people going missing. And then another thing is NBTs. National benchmarking tests. I don't assume you did these.
No. I'm not sure even what that means.
Yeah.
So a national, I don't know if they still did what I did them. And oh my gosh, that test was, that test showed me flames. What? So it's a test you take to see if you're ready for university.
What?
Oh,
do they?
okay.
Wait, what did we do matric then? If like, what's the difference?
So I think, so like, no, so matric is just testing you on like your
High school.
high school, like, and your matric, yeah. But your national benchmarking test, so your NBTs is actually given by the universities while you're in matric. I think I did mine in matric, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if you can do it in grade 11, but I did mine in matric. So it sees, and you write a test to see where you are. I think they also weigh where you are if you're like are you going to swim when you're here, or you're not going to swim when you're here?
Yeah.
So they weigh where you are. Like they'll ask you, so I think it's maths and English. So you do one for maths and English, and then they test you. So I remember for me, our school did it for us. So we had to we did it through the school.
Yeah.
That was our process. Not everyone does it, because I realize not many people know about NBTs.
No.
Yeah, I don't know about NBTs.
Yeah, so I think maybe because my school likes things, they said, let's make sure these children are ready for university. So that's what I did. It's just to weigh you. It's nothing scary. Like, I don't think if you failed, it was like hectic. And I think it was like such a weird testing situation, because I think it was like 2 hours or something like that. And whenever you're done, you just get up and leave. I think for me personally, like you just hear clink, clink, because when you're in a hall and everyone's getting up. And I think for me personally, because you're used to, like in high school, okay guys, pens down, like now
And then you
everyone,
wait, yeah.
and then you wait, even if
Yeah.
you're done 30 minutes before your test. I know this, so I think they give you like 45 minutes, and then after that you can choose when to leave. Like if you give up, you give up. I know, I won't forget that boy, because I was shocked, because I had a friend of mine who was sitting in front of me, so we're both writing it that same Saturday, and this boy just got up, and when you know this. Even we knew that man didn't do that paper. He just got up, and we just looked at him like, are you serious? This thing is so thick for you to just... And I really... No, shame. I think he was just having a really tough Saturday. So
Yeah.
those might actually also help. NBTs, those are really good for when you are applying for university. It's a little oomph to help you. Yeah, that's...
So if you pass your NBT, you're more likely to get approved at a university.
Well, not that you're more likely. I think it makes it slightly easier for you, because they see where you are, and if you do well in your matric finals, it's just like a double tick.
Okay, so let's say you do average in your matric, or you do average, you do okay in your matric, and then in your NBT you ace it.
I don't know. I'm not going to answer that question, because I don't know.
Well, I'm thinking maybe it's... I don't know, I'm just giving an opinion. Maybe it's just to kind of give yourself some confidence, for you when you go to the university, so that okay, I might be able to handle this or not.
Probably.
So
I also sometimes think they also use NBTs also to like weigh schools.
Oh,
Like
okay.
to weigh like where the schools are, like how to rank them and stuff like that. So I also think it's also maybe more of a school thing than a university thing.
Oh, I see.
So I don't think because most people didn't write it, and they still went.
Yeah.
So yeah, benchmark NBTs. If you're writing those, shout out to you. And N. So I want to ask. So we spoke about not qualifying when we get to university, right?
Yeah.
What would you say you would encourage someone who actually, because you get people who, I'm also one of those people who think they 5-10 years plan, this and this must happen, this and must happen. Like, what can you say now? You realize that, hey,
It's not
it's not
actually.
make sure.
I planned to be done. For me, I plan to be done with everything at 21. Like, well, I'm still in school, so like,
Yeah.
sometimes things won't go your way, right?
True.
It still doesn't mean that you won't attain your goal. It's just like, maybe, I mean, guys, we get these teachings from the men of God.
Yes.
So if you have like a barrier, just work on, well, you find a way to adjust to the situation so that it can take you to your goal. I think, for example, for me, I wanted to do computer science, but then there was no way for me to do computer science because of I was an international student, and then there was just a lot of stuff happening there, and I didn't know. Apparently, I could still do it, but I didn't know. I did not have the information. So then I did not do computer science. I did business information technology, something very similar, right? The plan was to do that business information technology for 1 year, and then after that I'll be able to do computer science. So I just do it for a year so that I can have that university experience, and then drop out and then start computer science from scratch. So I think there are always alternatives, right? So you have planned, you have your 10 years plan, and then there is just something that's blocking you. Just do the alternative way, and then you'll go back to your track. So yeah, right.
Yeah, you cooked.
Mm.
You cooked.
Yeah, and in fact, I did that 1 year, and then after 1 year, I was like, nah, man, I like this. I'll just stay for business information technology, and then left computer science. So yeah.
No, I don't have an add-on. But basically, you're saying, how do you motivate someone if their plan
Doesn't
takes
go.
a detour?
So I would. It's okay. Life happens.
It
I-
Happens, man.
What I would say, if your plan doesn't, like, if your plan takes a detour, there's actually a quote that was given out by the prophet not long ago. If you leave everything in God's hands, you'll see God's hand in everything.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
Yes.
that's my motivation for someone whose plans they shy
Yeah.
year 10.
So don't be discouraged. Don't give up. I think. Okay, everyone's motivation is different and determination is different. So don't give up when you didn't qualify for that particular course.
Yeah.
Like we've explained. So let's go back to the very beginning about how to apply. So you can use your grade 11 results, right? But if you're if you do go to a school where you do write prelims and prelims, you can use those results to apply. Because prelims you write now mid-year before September. Oh, and universities applications, I don't know for other faculties, but for most faculties it's 30th of September. See?
Yeah.
See? Just 30th of September is the closing date for most faculties. I know with health it's slightly earlier. I think it's a month early. So if you want to go into medicine, I think they close in, no, I don't know. No, but it's before September. It's before September, and then everything else closes on the 30th of September.
Do your research.
Yeah. So do that. So if you can't, if you don't qualify, it's okay. You can use your grade 11. You can use grade 11 results. If grade 11 results are not the greatest, you can do your pre-prelims if you do write pre-prelims at your school. And if pre-prelims also wasn't to make sure, you can use your prelims to apply. So those are already 3 options before you've even entered.
What if all those 3 options are not make sure?
Then you write finals, and the finals are also not make sure. There's subs. If subs are not make sure, then you have the whole of the following year to
Redo
rewrite.
the same thing.
Rewrite and then focus on those 2 subjects, and
And
you'll
then
end up.
you fail your rewrite. What next?
There, I think I would have to blame you.
It's a power.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need prayer line. You must go to prayer line. Counseling, guys. You speak to your pastor, your disciple.
Yeah.
You need serious counseling. But yeah, guys, I think what I believe is that when you do your part of the job, I think you'll see God's hands.
Yes, true.
So, hey man, don't be lazy, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're speaking to me.
That's so. And also remember, we all handle information differently. I remember this. What used to irritate me when I was in school. He would study like 5 minutes, That's if he even studied, and he would get like distinctions.
Yeah, that's me. Oh no, I wouldn't get distinction, but I would study like 5 minutes, and
And then-
sometimes I would do okay, but most times I wouldn't do okay. So don't do that. It's not.
So
No, don't
yeah.
do that.
So there are other people who can study for like 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
10 minutes. Okay, I'm being ridiculous. Obviously not 5 minutes, but obviously they don't need a lot of time
to
Yeah.
study.
to study,
Yeah.
right?
We're different, right?
And we're different. And then the other people like me, it takes time. I have to sit on the work for hours for it to actually sit. So please, also remember that you and your friends are slightly different. Your friend might be able to study in like an hour and they know everything. You might take 3 hours to understand one concept, but
Yeah.
each person is different. So yeah, back to if you don't qualify. So you have 3 already, just, like high school already, 3 options. Then there are extended programs in school, depending where you are. Or you can go to a varsity because it's easy to get into a varsity compared to like a big university,
Wait. Okay, go on.
right? So then maybe you can do like a little short course at like a year's course somewhere, a varsity, and then you can also use those results to help you apply
Yeah.
at the university if it's in the line of what you want to study.
Yeah.
Right. So you can't study like something for like, I don't know, a year of like, I don't know if this is possible, for example, a year of teaching, and then you say you want to jump into
Computer
nursing.
science.
Yeah, or like computer sciences. So at least make sure that whatever extended program you're doing is connected to what you want to go
You
into.
wanna go? Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a question in my head. Like, we're talking about university now.
Yeah.
What about colleges? Would you guys advise people to go to colleges? And I don't know how true this is, but I've heard like people who fail like matric, and if you didn't like get good results, if all these plan B's and C's and D's, they all not make sure you can apply for a college and you'll still get approved. I don't know how true that is. Do you guys know anything about that?
Okay. I don't know. Well, depending on the information that I have, like what people say and things like that, I would advise to actually start with university, and then because for example, did your college, university, did they give bursaries, like merit bursaries, for like if you're doing well and stuff like that? They're like, okay, so we're paying your fees.
Did
you
they
know.
do that?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so like there are these things where you well, at universities, most of the universities I know, they're like the Dean List and the Eugenius, for example, for UJ. So I think they easily give those kind of bursaries, Yeah, so and also they're accredited. Like you'll see when you even apply, right?
Yeah.
You'll see that okay, they want you to see, for example, this. Okay, I'm currently applying for jobs and internships and stuff like that. So you see when you click on the drop down when you want to choose where you're from, the university you're from, and then they'll usually show those. So yeah, I don't know. This is just based on the information that I got. I think apply everywhere, right? So that you have options, and then
Yeah.
the one that works for you, you choose.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you answered your question. What was your question?
About college?
I think it is slightly easier to get into a college than university because you can like imagine university is like 30,000 people, right? Whereas a college is, well, it's less because it's private, and not
yes.
many people can afford private
Institutions.
institutions.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it differs. But
Yeah.
low key, and also colleges tend to offer extended programs, if that makes sense. So most of us are like, I'm going to go to this university, and then you don't go to this university. You're back up. You'll end up going to like a college or a varsity as a backup. So have backup plans, as Heritage said.
Always, it's very important. Not only for university.
In
Yeah.
life, there must always be a backup. Backup. Thank you.
Any
I
other
always say
questions?
that. Must always be a backup. There's 2 comments that I have here in the comment section that I want to read. There's one comment from Yantle who says, I think sometimes our plans are not what God has in store for us, and that's why they won't succeed. So basically, we must involve him whilst we're planning instead of telling him what we are planning. So that's a good point, because we were talking about motivation for someone whose plans went
Yeah.
10 past 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
like that one.
second
10 past
comment.
4. It's funny.
The second comment is from It's Alpha Chantel, who says, word of advice for students in matric or grade 11, always consider your APS score and the requirements of the university of your choice and work towards that, and you will save yourself from disappointment.
On that is so important. So what happens? So you qualify. What are the things? It's what? The things for your matric results are what? A certificate, a diploma, and a bachelor. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. So sometimes, so your APS score, let's say if you want to study teaching, is 32, and then your different results equal that 32. So maybe if you have like 80%, it's a 7. So let's say you just get 7s throughout, then it must equal 32, right?
Yeah.
Is it making sense?
So
So let's say you have your different subjects, right?
Yeah.
So a percentage equals an X amount on.
Wait, you spoke about 7s. So you said all those 7s is equal to 32. So that's the highest your APS can get.
No. So I'm giving an example, right? So for English, you got 80%, and APS score, it's equal to a 7. 80% equal to a 7. So 80 to 89, 7, right? Then let's say 90, from 80 to 90 is 8, right? And then so on and so forth, right? So then let's say you did really well. So you on your report for English, math, science, all the subjects you have 7s and 8s, because that's how well you did, right? And you have 7 subjects in total, right? So then let's say you just have 7s throughout, and the APS score is 32. So obviously you've done better than that, because now your APS score is 49.
yeah, it's 7 times
7 times 7 is 49.
No,
Okay.
is
it?
It is. Like, yeah, no, it's yeah.
Is right. So now you're above that APS score of 32. But just because it's above that APS of 32 doesn't mean you're going to get accepted.
What does APS stand for?
Asaz. Asaz, Ruben. We don't work at universities. You can Google it.
It's something about
Hey Siri.
score or somewhere there.
Yeah.
What?
So it is APS
Yeah,
scores
there's
of
something about points and
yeah,
stuff.
something point score, something like that. This is us guessing, right? So it's good to qualify for your APS score and get like a bachelor's pass. So if you need a bachelor's pass and an APS score of 32, then you'll be able to enter. Then you qualify. You might not be accepted, but now you qualify. So this is why it's important to make sure you do well so that you actually get accepted. Because imagine how many people now have like APS scores of 32.
Yeah.
And then there are people who have APS scores of 50. They're going to choose people who have an APS score of 50.
Yes.
But
Like,
if your APS score is
Below.
is 32,
On the dot. Like you just qualify.
or let's say you're 35 or something, and on top of that APS score you have the score of God's grace also.
Oh, God's grace.
Yeah, so you stand a chance if you have God's grace more than someone who has APS of 50.
yes, and remember also when you qualify, right? You still need to register. You might qualifying does not mean that you are already in the university. There's still registration, right? So the most of the time they have a specific amount of students they're expecting. So they might have like 500 students qualifying, and then they just need 250 of them. So you might have qualified, but if you go late for registration, you wait for next year.
Yeah. This also brings me to an important point. Registration fees. You have to pay for that. I
You
don't
have
know.
to pay to register.
Yeah.
So what if they don't accept you? Do they give me back my money?
Nope.
Aye.
No,
You wanna
wait,
see it, you
don't
want. I'm
don't you
joking.
register only when they've accepted you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's correct.
Yeah.
Wait, what? You
So-
register only when they have
Yes.
Yes.
So you need your acceptance letter in order to register.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because
so-
this thing, I'm just going to register now and I have to pay, and then they refuse me.
No. So application is for free. So when you apply, it's for you to know whether you can actually register. I think it may be free or you need to pay something, but I don't know. It's not very expensive. I don't know. But
I think you have to pay. I think it's not like also very expensive. I think you have to pay.
yeah, but it's just to process your application, and then once you have applied and they have accepted you, not provisional accepted, but like because when you have provisional acceptance, they will confirm later, right? So once you are accepted, that's when you can pay your registration fees. So they'll be like, okay, cool. You are if you pay now your registration fees, you definitely in. So
Yeah. So
you'll
you
start.
register to get like a card so you can enter university, stuff like that. If you applied for res, they give you all that information, like where your res is and stuff like that. Then you know the books you need and stuff like that. Yeah.
And then after registration, there is something called the first year seminar. So
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
you didn't, okay, so I don't know, do they do it at other universities? Please tell us if you went to a different university than me, if you have first year seminar, right, in the comments, right?
Yes.
There by the comments.
Yeah.
So at my university we had something called the first year seminar. That's where let's say for example okay, I'll give my example, I'll just give my experience. So I chose IT, and then they'll tell you like how to navigate the campus, how does this course work, how
Oh, like orientation.
yes.
Oh, okay,
It's
yes,
orientation,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
that's
yes.
that's the word.
Wait, isn't that what we spoke about earlier?
No, that's open days.
Oh,
It's
open-
different,
okay.
yeah.
It's different. So orientation happens when you now inside the
after
university.
registration.
You've accept like now you know you're on your way to get your doctorate. You're on your way to being a teacher or sports sciences, whatever it is
Yeah,
you want.
provided you don't fail. Yeah.
They'll tell you all those things. They'll even
Everything.
speak about bursaries. They'll speak about how it works, like in the specific department or faculty that you chose. Like they just give you a lot of information. They also give you mentors, and yeah. So I also got my mentor there. I became a mentor there as well. So
Oh,
yeah.
you're a mentor.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Like, how many? Like, is it like a set number of kids?
No,
Or is it just one?
no. I have 6. Like that's
You have 6 kids.
no 6 kids I mentor.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. So you just like tell them how it works, like during exams, things like that. Like it's for orientation, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's so cute, man.
She's saying you're cute, bro.
Okay,
I
then.
heard, man.
Riz.
So, yeah, and then as we're about to close off for the show, I think another thing we need to make sure is, yo, guys, please, this happens yearly. Oh, wait, before I go into that. When register, everything is online now. I don't think people do walk-ins as much anymore. So apply now. We don't want stress. We don't want tears when you are in matric and you have your results. So apply now. Apply online. Get everything done. Get everything sorted and submit online. So make sure that's very important. Everything is online now. And then another thing is when now you're done and now your plans didn't go according to plan and you're looking for colleges. Guys, please make sure these colleges you are going to are accredited.
Yeah, very important.
Like, you don't want to see yourself wasting a whole year of school fees for you to
Yeah.
find out that actually the college you've gone to is actually not credited.
And there's also some online academies that, like, there's online schools and stuff like that is strictly online, like just those websites. I think you should also be careful of those. Like, be careful of the ones that, do your research on the website. Let's say you're studying online, do your research on the website. If it's not dubious, if, like, let's say maybe the certificate from that website won't hold as much value
Yeah,
compared to the certificate of another website.
yeah. So when, let's say, you have doubts, you want to compare to, I don't know, institutions, ask someone. Go to church.
Yeah.
There are people. Hey guys, at church we have people.
We really do, hey?
Yeah.
We really do.
We really do.
So go ask. They'll tell you. So this is what you need to do, or maybe they'll give you a better understanding of what you're trying to choose, like the 2 universities or 2 faculties or institutions that you want to choose. And another thing I wanted to add on application. The application process might be very
Tedious.
tedious,
Oh
right?
my
Like
God.
there is a lot going on. If you're not ready for that, it's really overwhelming.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get a rejection later.
How?
Like you apply and then they're like, no, you do not qualify for this specific. Maybe you qualify. You applied for the wrong thing. So
Yeah.
just read, like, okay. You want to be, let's say, a developer or an IT student, but you apply for, I don't know, medicine. So probably your results are not gonna be in line with that specific project. So read, is it the right thing I applied for? And am I getting the result of what I wanted? And you can still reapply, So if you got like a rejection letter or something, it's not too late. I see. So this is what, June? Right? So it's
No, it's
tomorrow.
May.
Oh, it's May. So
But it's June tomorrow,
June.
so it's
Yeah.
June.
So, well, most of the universities open their applications in April. So there's still time. Apply for something else. Choose. Don't wait for September.
Please
Yeah.
don't.
Don't wait for September.
Don't.
So
Like apply, as we said, it's a tedious thing.
Yeah.
Apply now during your holidays.
yeah.
Apply now so you can take even like time from apply, because your guys all that paperwork that used to be handwritten is now like you have to type it in.
Yeah.
It's pay attention to detail. Don't put like the wrong ID number or something like that.
Yeah.
Make sure you have your documents. If you have questions, ask your parents, ask all the siblings, ask people at church. There are programs here at church to help you and stuff like that. Like, we're all here to help those who have gone through the process.
Yes.
Yeah, and,
with that being,
There is something also, your emails. Sometimes you might have applied and then you never checked your emails. You got a correspondence from the university or anything or something like that, like since April or May, but then you did not just check the email. So just go and check, okay, did they reply? So that's why you must make sure the email or the correspondence or the way of contacting, the communication way that you provide, you're actually using it. So yeah, check your DMs or your emails.
Email.
You also call reception box DM.
Yeah, DM.
Okay, if it works.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I call them emails.
It's emails. So check and then see if they reply, and then and you so that you can make informed decisions based on that.
Yes.
Yeah. So we spoke about asking someone, and there's always people to help. In the ministries, there's a lot of people to help. This is just a reminder that we have also a tutoring program at church. You can email at ifcmlearn@gmail.com. So you can just go through that, and we have a lot of tutors there. If you have questions
Yeah,
about...
I'm a tutor, by the way, at the university, so I can still help here as well.
Yeah.
When it's computer related, I don't know accounting,
But maths, maths?
yeah, a little bit of it, but I did it in French, so
But yeah,
Numbers are numbers.
numbers are numbers, bro.
so we'll be translating each
Yeah.
time. So this is some, so we'll be translating but yeah, I can still help.
yeah, with this, if you have any questions about, if you have more questions about the application process, like anything you want to know, we can still help you at the tutoring program, the ifcmlearn@gmail.com. And I guess we've come to the end of the show.
Yeah. So any take homes from today, guys?
What is that NBT?
National benchmarking
Yeah,
test.
I didn't know that existed, so it's something I'm learning just today. But yeah, I'm realizing that actually there are a lot of things that happen, right? So you might not know. Let's say you want to apply. Let's say you are from a different country, and the requirements from that. Okay, I will be speaking international because I'm an international student.
Yeah.
So there are things that are the requirements that you did not know about. So just come and ask people that have the same experience as you. So I'm realizing that there are a lot of people that are quiet and they're going through the most. So speak up. There'll be help.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm taking away.
Okay. My takeaway is apply early, guys. Faculties, application closes for other faculties, most faculties, 30 September. 30 September 2023, not 2024. 2023 on the 30th of September, last day to apply. I know for medicine is earlier. I just don't know when. I'm sorry. I couldn't help you, medical students, future medical students. Apply early. Take your time. If you have questions, ask, and ask.
You must ask.
You must
Yeah.
ask. You guys
Must
remember
ask.
that video?
Yeah.
You must ask.
ask. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's for those who like your plans go south. Those who are losing motivation, just leave everything in God's hands and make sure also you're living in God's will. And yeah, that's all from me. That's my takeaway for today. And yeah.
Can I take you away as well?
All right, guys, as we watch Ruben get kidnapped. Same time, same place tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. I'm not your boy. I'm not your boy.